Hello everyone, this is Mike at DWD Technology Group, and I'm here to show you a potential modification for Sage 100. Have you ever had the need to validate a UDF in one entity in Sage against records in another entity? Such as if you have customer-specific item codes. It could be useful to have a selection field on the item record where you can select from existing customer records in Sage. One easy way to accomplish this is via setting up a shadow table that copies the values from the existing AR customer table in Sage to a UDT, which can be used in field validation. The first step in this process is setting up the UDT itself. This can be done by going to Custom Office, User-Defined Field, and Table Maintenance. From here, we're going to add it to the Accounts Receivable module. Simply right-click it, add a user-defined table, and then type in the name of the table. The important part here is we're going to set this field length to 23. This is because the standard Sage customer number max length is 20, divisions is 2, and we might want a separator. So theoretically, if you have divisions on, it could be up to 23 characters. In this table, we only really need the customer number for them to select from, but it could be useful for them to be able to see the customer's name alongside it while they're looking them up, just in case they don't know what the number is, except via looking up the name. The important part here, the length should be at least long enough to hold whatever Sage is going to use. Sage's names are less than 100 characters, so putting 100 characters will do more than enough. Once that's in there, we'll just go ahead and hit Update, and it will add that UDT into Sage. Our next step, once this finishes, is we're going to set up two script triggers, a post-delete and a post-write trigger on the AR customer table itself. Post-delete will take action whenever someone deletes a customer, and post-write will take action whenever someone updates or writes a new customer to the table. Okay, now that the UDT is done, we can go to AR customer. This will be under accounts receivable as well. Right-click it, user-defined scripts. We can then click this green button to add triggers. In our case, we need a table post-delete, and I have a delete customer shadow script that I've already written, just so you can see it real quick. All this does is it will take the customer that they are currently trying to delete and remove it from the shadow table. Our other trigger is our post-write. We have another script, which all this one does is creates a record associated with the customer we're currently updating or writing and fills in the name. Once we have our two script triggers in place, we can hit close and hit close again, and it will ask us to compile our scripts into place. We can hit compile, it'll let you know if there's any errors, and we can hit close. So at this point, we now have the UDT in the system, and whenever a customer has an update or a delete, it will go ahead and add that to the table or remove it from the table in the case of delete. I can manually go look at what that currently in that table by going in here and hitting maintain. As you can see, since it's brand new, there's nothing in it. But just to show how it would work, we can head over to customer maintenance. I can type in a new customer, or in this case, an existing one, and update it. Or make a new customer entirely. So if we hit maintain now, we'll see our two new values in there. The final step in this process, in terms of getting it all to work, is we're going to head over to our user-defined field table maintenance again and go to our item master table. Under common information, CI item master. We're going to add a field to this table. We'll call it our customer. We're going to leave it under manual entry. The important part on this tab is we need to change our maximum length to 23. It needs to match the key field from our UDT. So now we can go to user-defined table under validation tab. We can see our new UDT table, and we can hit OK. Once this is done, we will now have a UDF on our CI item table that will validate against the UDT we made. So to actually use it, we're going to head into item maintenance. We're going to customize our screen. If you have the rights for in-panel customization, you can simply go here and hit right-click Customizer. If you don't have that turned on, you can go to Custom Office, Customizer Selection, Inventory Management, Item Maintenance, right-click your DMain. It will ask you if you want to make a new customization. You may already have one like I do. In my case, I'll click my existing customization, and it will bring up our panel. In our case, we want to go specifically to the P Additional tab. Under P Additional, I can then click this button here to add field, drag in a field for a specific the rough size I want it to be. We can change that later if we want to get the look correct. Select our new field. And now we have the new field on the screen. Go ahead and hit save. I can close that. And as you can see, while I was doing that, it finished updating the item table itself. So now I can simply head into item maintenance. I can go to any item, go to our additional tab, and we now have our field. You could manually type in here, but this UDT allows us to now look this lookup, and we can simply select from one of the values in that UDT. As you'll note, the only records in here are the ones that have been updated since we added the UDT and got that scripting set up. If you have existing customers you want to add into that UDT, you would simply do that through a visual integrator import. But for the purpose of this demonstration, we'll just show you what the scripting does. This has been showing how to use a shadow table to help you set up linked fields between modules. As always, this was Mike at DW Technology Group.